gas canisters to try to disperse the crowd. Jenny Schwank lives nearby. She collected some of the rubber bullets that landed in front of her house and showed them to me.
So these are the rubber bullets? It looks much bigger than a bullet, doesn't it?
It does. And it looks more painful. I know it's not, but you can feel how dense it is.
There were many reports of looting and shootings throughout Vallejo and high-speed chases.
You're literally less than a block from the police department.
Yeah, it's in our backyard.
Yeah.
So that was our fear, was that if it catches on fire, our house could be on fire. So obviously we have to watch our property.
Jenny just hopes the violence will end. In Vallejo, Jeffrey Schaub, KCBS.
By the way, Vallejo police also plan to speak to reporters at 3 o'clock this afternoon about an officer-involved shooting yesterday morning. KCBS will be on hand.
Just ahead on KCBS, President Trump says he's going to ban passenger flights from China. We're going to see how local airports will handle the new directive in 4 minutes.
Right now, we're going to see how traffic is rolling around the Bay Area. We also have a couple of brush fires for you to know about. All that and more from Kim Vestal. Good afternoon, Kim.
Greetings, co-worker. Shaping up to be that kind of afternoon with the very hot weather. No surprise, we've got fire crews hustling in a number of locations around the Bay Area. This update brought to you by Chilton Auto Body. In the South Bay, you might see some black smoke visible from 280 near McLaughlin Avenue. In the downtown area, trees and brush reportedly burning very close to the freeway. And also in the South Bay, mopping up Foxworthy Avenue at Old Almaden Road. To grass fire there is under control. San Lorenzo area in the vicinity of Medford and Meekland, fire producing smoke that is visible if you're on 880, possibly on 238 too, and east of Concord at Laurel Drive near Ellard Place, a brush fire with the crews investigating there. Not a lot of accidents at the moment. Chilton Auto Body Collision Cam is tracking this cleanup. A spill of screws and nails. The worst thing to spill on a freeway on the 280 extension southbound leaving San Francisco. A number of cars had flat tires there. Hopefully that's wrapping up and cleaning up nicely. And Chilton Auto Body is open to serve the Bay Area with contact-free auto body repair options along with free pickup and delivery. Chilton Auto Body now offers virtual estimates and curbside contact-free service from the comfort of your vehicle. So book an appointment today at ChiltonAutoBody.com. Next, update 218 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Pushing 100 inland. It's 98 in Livermore, 97 in Concord, 96 in Santa Rosa and San Jose. Heat advisory in effect. Temperatures are going to back off a little bit tomorrow, although it is still going to be warm to hot. 60s to low 70s at the coast, 70s to low 80s by the bay, and low to mid 90s inland, much cooler on Friday. Traffic and weather together on KCBS.
It's one thing to be stuck in your house due to COVID-19. It's another thing to be stuck with a house. We've got good news for homeowners listening throughout the Bay Area. John Buys Bay Area Houses is still buying houses. More importantly, we offer sellers a completely virtual selling process that maintains social distancing standards. Sell your home now. Call John today and get a cash offer in just 7 minutes. Call 510-426-7000. Can't collect rent? Not a problem. We buy My Tenant Won't Pay Me the Rent houses as well as vacant houses. We buy houses as is and in any condition. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call John Buys Bay Area Houses today at 510-426-7000. Sell your home now. Call John today and get a cash offer in just 7 minutes. Call 510-426-7000. That's 510-426-7000. 510-426-7000.
So, you finally had it with your old windows and doors. Well, whether they're drafty, foggy, or just not functional, replacing them is about to get easier. Visit replacementmadeeasy.com and download your free window replacement guide from the experts at Marvin. This informative guide will walk you through the basics so you can get started with the confidence you need to make informed decisions every step of the way. The guide explains the different types of windows and doors, the materials they're made with, and ultimately how they will perform. Plus, it has a handy list of things to consider when deciding which products will work best for your project, along with a detailed breakdown of how energy-efficient windows and doors can help you save on your utility bills. So, if you finally had it with your windows and doors, download your free window replacement guide at replacementmadeeasy.com. That's replacementmadeeasy.com.
KCBS News Time 211.
The Trump administration has banned Chinese passenger flights to the United States beginning on June 16th. KCBS's Margie Schaefer joining us live to report that ban will have immediate impact at SFO. Margie?
Well, that's right, Jeff. The suspension of flights from China to the U.S. comes as tensions escalate over the coronavirus in Hong Kong.
Really doesn't affect SFO right now because at present we don't have any regularly scheduled flights from SFO to China. But I know that airlines have been looking to restore that service.
That is SFO spokesman Doug Yekel. Two major air carriers, Delta and United, have been pressuring China to allow service resumption and had intended to restart China's service earlier this month.
So, in my mind, this is something very reciprocal. U.S. airlines are interested in resuming. Airlines in China want to do the same. So hopefully this is only a short-term situation.
There have been no regularly scheduled flights to or from China at SFO since March. Reporting live, Margie Schaefer, KCBS.
Thank you, Margie. KCBS News Time 2:13. NBA is going to vote on a 22-team format when they return to play. Kevin will explain in 2 minutes.
Beth Miller-Rowe is the Bay Area's reverse mortgage specialist. With over 35 years' experience, Beth brings a wealth of knowledge to her clientele. The peace of mind a reverse mortgage can give you is priceless. Life can change on a dime. A reverse mortgage can provide a safety net for difficult times or increase cash flow for a more enjoyable retirement. If you've ever considered a reverse mortgage, now is the time to call Beth at the Reverse Mortgage Group. Call today at 925-969-0380. Beth is located here in the Bay Area, offering free consultations in a friendly, professional, no-pressure atmosphere. Give Beth a call at 925-969-0380. That's 925-969-0380. Borrower must pay property taxes, insurance, and HOA dues and live in and maintain the home. NMLS 294-774-1850-831612. Licensed under the Department of Business Oversight under CRMLA. Equal Housing Opportunity.
These are tough times for everyone, so dealing with your timeshare may not be your biggest concern. But when this passes, do you still want a lifetime of payments, fees, and commitments for a timeshare you were misled into buying?
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshares and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have over 200 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. Give my office a call today. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare contract or you'll pay nothing.
Call Wesley Financial now for your free information kit. 800-885-2929. That's 800-885-2929. 800-885-2929.
Coming up on KCBS, Minnesota's Attorney General has announced new charges for the former Minneapolis police officers related to the death of George Floyd. A former federal prosecutor is going to break them down for us in about 5 minutes. KCBS News Time 2:15.
That would be time to say hello to Kevin Radich, our KCBS afternoon sports anchor. And Kev, the NBA still trying to figure out how to salvage the season.
Yeah, and it looks like the Board of Governors will vote on that 22-team plan to resume play beginning late July with 13 teams from the West and 9 teams from the Eastern Conference. The plan would be to play 8 games of the regular season and have a play-in tournament between the 8th and 9th seeds if the 9th seed finishes 4 games within the 8th. The tournament would be single elimination at that point for the 9th seed and a double elimination tourney for the 8th seed. I know it's complicated, but that's what they're talking about. Us. Yeah. Major League Baseball has rejected the players' offer for a 114-game regular season with no additional salary cuts and told the union it did not plan to make a counterproposal. MLB had proposed an 82-game regular season with opening day June 30th, ending October 31st with significant pay cuts. MLB told the union it did not want to extend the season into November. And Denver Broncos head coach Vic Fangio is apologizing for suggesting discrimination and racism aren't problems in the NFL. In his statement on Twitter today, Fangio said, after reflecting on my comments yesterday And listening to the players this morning, I realized what I said regarding racism and discrimination in the NFL was wrong. While I have never personally experienced those terrible things firsthand during my 33 years in the NFL, I understand that many players, coaches, and staff have different perspectives. I should have been more clear, and I am sorry. That from Vic Fangio. Meanwhile, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Kevon Looney among the Warrior players today at Lake Merritt in Oakland protesting police brutality. At the sports desk, Kevin Radich, KCBS.
In uncertain times, PGIM stands by the clients and communities we serve around the world. Our 1,300 investment professionals are ready with the guidance and support you need now. The insights of PGIM experts are available on demand to provide perspective. We stand committed to managing and protecting the assets entrusted to us by our clients. PGIM, the investment management business of Prudential. Find out more at pgim.com. That's pgim.com.
Your employees and customers have new expectations when it comes to cleanliness. Cintas has the products and services you need to feel prepared. A trained Cintas technician can apply disinfectant and sanitizer spray to common surfaces. And we'll keep you well stocked with gloves, face masks, hand sanitizer, and disinfectant wipes, professional cleaning supplies, and PPE. Just a few ways Cintas can help you keep your business safe. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Radio.com Rewind gives you KCBS News when you want it. Hear what you may have missed, or hear an interview again by listening to KCBS via Radio.com Rewind.
KCBS traffic and weather at 2:18. We check back with Kim Vestal, and this time around we were going to start on San Francisco streets. Actually, San Francisco freeways, I believe, Kim.
Yeah, we'll throw streets in there too. What the heck? We'll just we'll look at everything right now because it's pretty quiet, so it's pretty easy to sum it all up. In fact, I'm happy to report traffic is back at the limit.
Geico presents, not again, another voicemail from your roommate.
Hey, man, so I was in a rush to get to work and I left the back door open. Could you shut it? I left it wide open. While you're there, could you also turn off the oven? And all of the burners. My mom never let me use the oven. I wonder why.
The Geico Insurance Agency could help keep your personal property protected, like if it's your roommate's first time operating an oven. Visit geico.com to see how easy it is to switch and save on renter's insurance.
Napa know-how. Get all the quality parts you need at your locally owned Napa. Because right now, when you order from Napa online, you can pick up curbside at your local store in just 30 minutes. Or get your order delivered direct to your door with free one-day shipping on over 160,000 quality parts when you spend $50 or more. Quality parts delivered quickly and safely. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating stores, standard ground shipping and exclusions apply.
Next, update 228 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
It is a scorcher inland. You already know that a heat advisory is in effect until 9 tonight. Upper 90s, low 100s, 70s to mid 80s by the bay, low 70s at the coast. Temperature's going to back off a little bit tomorrow, low to mid 90s inland. So, yeah, just a little bit of cooling. 70s to low 80s by the bay, and then cooler weather really kicks in on Friday as the onshore flow comes back and bringing coastal fog. Still warm inland, though, mid to upper 80s there, then partly cloudy Saturday with a chance of a few showers, and cooler still on Sunday. Traffic and weather together on KCBS. It's 2:21.
Prosecutors are upgrading the charge against a Minneapolis police officer accused of pressing his knee against George Floyd's neck to second-degree murder. They're also, for the first time, charging the 3 other officers who stood by without intervening with aiding and abetting murder. For more, we turn to the KCBS Ring Central Newsline and talk with Renato Mariotti, former federal prosecutor and now a partner with a Chicago-based firm, Thompson Coburn. Thanks for being with us. Give us your initial reaction to those charges, about what you would have expected.
You know, I think it's an aggressive move. I think it's a move that's certainly going to have a lot of effects that are positive in terms of tamping down some potential unrest. I think there's a lot of public call for these charges. But I think that it is going to be a bit of a challenge for prosecutors to prove this. They've taken on quite a burden. And that's just because essentially what they're going to have to prove regarding the other officers is that they knew that that second-degree murder was taking place and that they wanted to help, that they did something to help make that succeed. I think regarding the other officers, they're going to argue, and certainly I think there's evidence to the contrary, but they're going to argue in a trial that they didn't do anything to help, that they were bystanders. And the government's going to have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they did, and I think that's going to be a bit of a challenge.
What's the difference between third-degree murder, which the officer was originally charged with, and second-degree murder? Okay, that's a complicated question, but the specific type of second-degree murder that was charged here is what's called felony murder. In other words, that Mr. Floyd was killed during the commission of another felony. In other words, that there was felony battery that was taking place because he exceeded his authority. That there was great bodily harm, putting the person at risk of death, and that in the course of committing that, he in fact did kill Mr. Floyd. I think that was a smart move by prosecutors to go that route rather than trying to charge straight second-degree murder, which would require an intent, proving an intent to kill versus an intent to cause harm combined with a depraved state of mind, which is the third-degree murder standard. So this is, I think, a good move, but it's going to a lot's going to depend on autopsy, expert testimony, and really what else happened during this investigation. What other evidence they have? Potential false statements, for example, by all of the officers. If there were false statements, I think will be crucial in proving their guilt.
As we mentioned, you are a former federal prosecutor. Help us see what's happening behind the curtain there. What was the decision-making process, do you think, that led to these charges today? So really, a big part of what you're doing when you're deciding what charges to bring is you're really assessing your evidence, the elements that you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, and really taking a hard look at those and determining at trial what you think you can prove. And thinking about how the charges that you bring will influence a jury, assuming that it's a jury, or a potential bench trial, considering the fact that, in a case like this, it's very possible that the defendants could ask for a bench trial. And so, for example, you're going to be looking at each one of those elements. Like I said, for example, on a felony battery, how can you prove, what evidence do we have, if you're a prosecutor, what evidence do we have that these other officers knew that what he was doing exceeded his authority? What did they do to aid, Officer Chauvin in that obviously gruesome act? And I think, really that often also requires anticipating potential defense arguments as well.
Well, thank you for your time. We always appreciate it. Renato Mariotti, former federal prosecutor. On we go to the Money Watch with Jason Brooks.
Another big day for the stock market on hopes of the economy reopening. The Dow surged higher by 527 points to 26,269. The Nasdaq rose 74 points to 9682. And the S&P up 42 points to 3122, the highest level for the S&P 500 since early March. Zoom Video knocked its earnings report out of the ballpark. The San Jose firm's revenue soared 169% higher as the company became a popular connecting tool during the pandemic. Zoom topped 300 million daily users in late April, leading to a meteoric rise in its stock price. The company is now doubling its 2020 revenue forecast to about $1.8 billion, while also aggressively lifting its earnings guidance. Zoom stock closed over $200 for the first time on Monday, and it rose another 7.5% today. On the Money Watch, Jason Brooks, KCBS.
Ladies and gentlemen, I love you, Amy. The time is now to rise up. Gone are the days of being locked into one data option by your wireless company. We're humans. We need flexibility. Let us change our data options when we want to. It's time we call the shots on our phone bills. It's time we took a stand and switched to Xfinity Mobile. We can switch data options anytime, all online. Only Xfinity Mobile works for the people.
about 5G?
Yes, 5G is now included with all new data options at no extra cost. One more thing, pineapple belongs on pizza. It should be on every pizza. Should have quit while I was ahead.
Switch and save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill. Your wireless, your rules, only with Xfinity Mobile. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Go to XfinityMobile.com or call 1-800-XFINITY today. Restrictions apply. Requires postpay Xfinity Internet 5G in select locations only.
Mortgage rates are at historic lows, and this is our lowest 30-year fixed rate ever. And now your direct lender, Network Capital Funding, is offering mortgage rates at historic lows. See for yourself. Our 30-year fixed rate is 2.875 with a 2.89% APR. Incredible! Plus, there's no lender origination fees or discount points. This is the best it's ever been. And now you have Network Capital Funding on your side, saving you money and time with their uniquely fast, simple, and secure process. These are our best rates ever, so call now to save. See for yourself. Our 30-year fixed rate is 2.875 with a 2.89% APR. Incredible. Call the experts at Network Capital Funding. 800-500-1-HIT. That's 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. It's a grand slam to your best savings ever on your new mortgage or refi. That's 800-500-1-HIT or 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Business Oversight under the Finance Lender Law. Number 603D787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and credit approval. Call 800-500-1-HIT for more information.
KCBS News Time 2:28. Kim Vestal, we have a stall on the San Mateo Bridge.
All it takes is one car to conk out and a backup develops fairly quickly, and that's what's happening in eastbound direction as you make your way out of Foster City. A car broke down, blocking the right lane mid-span. So I do see some brake lights for sure. Hopefully they can get that one out of the way. No delays in the other direction, but if you want to avoid that backup completely, there are no delays in either direction on the Dumbarton Bridge, and it must be the heat. I'm seeing a lot of extra traffic on westbound 92 right now between 280 and Half Moon Bay. I think the ocean is calling this afternoon. So no accidents, but if that's where you're headed, expect to be caught in a little bit of traffic. It's definitely under the limit in stretches. No protest activity in the Bay Area impacting traffic that we are aware of. We are keeping you up to date, not only on the air, but if you follow us on Twitter at KCBS AM FM Traffic. Next update at 2:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Reason why people are headed to the ocean, it's pushing 100 right now in the inland valleys. Heat advisory in effect and pretty toasty by the bay as well. Everybody's going to cool off just a little bit tomorrow. Low to mid 90s inland, 70s to low 80s by the bay. Traffic and weather together on KCBS.
Are you efficient at wasting money? Well, that's exactly what you're doing by installing a new furnace or air conditioner if your attic's not properly insulated. You need to check out Eagle Shield High Performance Insulation. You see, heat rises. 80% of your home's heat escapes through the ceiling. Whether it's 20 or 110 degrees outside, Eagle Shield will keep you comfortable inside by reflecting 90% of the heat back in during the winter. And just as important, creates a barrier the heat cannot penetrate in the summer. Eagle Shield keeps you comfortable and saves you money. Right now, the first 50 callers get a space-age water heater blanket worth $175. Plus, when you mention KCBS, get 25% off. Folks, it's affordable and it works. Call them now, 800-88-EAGLE. That's 800-883-2453. 800-883-2453. 800-883-2453.
Eagle Shield. The Eagle has landed. Call 1-800-88-EAGLE.
News that matters to you around the bay, around the world, around the clock. All News 106.9 and AM 740. KCBS.
It's Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020. Coming up on KCBS, American Civil Liberties Union says curfews to stem protests are violating the Constitution. Despite some progress, experts say a vaccine for the coronavirus is still a ways away. Good afternoon. I'm Patty Rising in our San Francisco studios. Jeff Bell in his home studio in Marin. It's 2:31.
CBS News special report. Prosecutors making the decision today to file a tougher charge against the police officer at the center of the George Floyd case.
I filed an amended complaint that charges former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin with murder in the second degree for the death of George Floyd.
Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison also announcing that he has charged the other 3 officers.
Today, arrest warrants were issued for former Minneapolis police officers J.A. King, Thomas Lane, and Tu Tao.
CBS News correspondent Jeff Begays has been covering the story from Minneapolis, where Floyd was killed.
There is a celebratory air here. People are barbecuing. People are listening to music. I think it's fair to say that they are celebrating George Floyd's life.
The Floyd family attorney calling it a bittersweet moment. CBS News Special Report, I'm Matt Piper.
KCBS News Time 2:32. This portion of the News Watch sponsored by Ring Central, the global leader in cloud communication and collaboration solutions.
The American Civil Liberties Union is speaking out against curfews being imposed in the Bay Area and across the country. KCBS's Margie Schaefer has more and says that the organization is promising action in the coming days.
A number of curfews have been implemented across Northern California as violent demonstrations and looting have erupted in response to the death of George Floyd, who died after a Minneapolis policeman kneeled on his neck.
We think it is absolutely the wrong response to abuses of police power to just further empower the police.
That is Interim Legal and Policy Director for the ACLU of Northern California, Shilpi Argawal, who says curfews have historically been used in extreme circumstances like the WTO protests in Seattle.
What we're seeing now are jurisdictions across California and other parts of the country who are imposing curfews based on their fear that there may be violence.
She claims the vast number of people arrested for breaking curfew are just trying to go about their everyday lives. Agarwal says the ACLU is considering a range of actions, including legal action, with developments to come in the next couple of days. Margie Schaefer, KCBS.
A quick footnote here. San Francisco's Mayor London Breed says that the city's curfew will be ending for good at 5 a.m. tomorrow, but shelter-in-place orders remain.
When will we have an effective vaccine against COVID-19? Top health officials say maybe early next year. Others aren't so sure. KCBS's Jim Taylor has the details.
He has become the symbol of coronavirus science in this country, Dr. Anthony Fauci at the CDC. He says a vaccine is possible early 2021. And with that goal in mind, Fauci says billions of candidate doses will be prepared ahead of time. Really? We put that idea to Dr. Amish Ajala at Johns Hopkins.
It is unprecedented. It is moving this vaccine forward as fast as possible. In kind of historic terms, we haven't seen anything like this before, where you hear about manufacturing vaccine candidates ahead of knowing if they're safe or effective.
That said, though,
we don't want to get overly wedded to some specific date where we think this can happen, because vaccine development is something that is tricky. There are a lot of hiccups that can occur during the process, and we have to be prepared for delays. If everything goes perfect, maybe we would meet these deadlines, but we have to be prepared for the fact that we don't.
It's called Operation Warp Speed. Maybe it ought to be called Operation Fingers Crossed. Jim Taylor, KCBS.
KCBS News Time 2:35. In about 3 minutes, Kim Vestal's going to update a brush fire visible from the freeways in Concord.
To help keep your home up and running, the Home Depot has the appliance help you can count on. Download the Home Depot app or visit HomeDepot.com to search for savings on top brands like Samsung, with ratings and reviews to give you confidence, special buy savings, and free delivery. You'll get the appliances you need to keep your home running without even leaving home. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Free delivery on purchases of $396 or more. Continental U.S. only.
It all starts with just one thing. Don't buy plastic toys for your pet. Look for either natural materials like cotton, rope, wood, or bamboo, or make toys out of old shirts, socks, or towels. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
When you think solar, think Semper Solaris.
KCBS News Time 2:35. It's time now for Dave Ross.
Changing the culture. This is Dave Ross on the CBS News Radio Network, presented by Capital One Bank. I was hoping that when the president raised that Holy Bible aloft, we'd hear a booming voice from above reassuring us that he knows what he's doing. For some reason, we did not. I blame the satellite delay. But while we wait, I am hearing some constructive suggestions from other sources. Chief Andrew Mills of Santa Cruz on MSNBC said his cops aren't perfect, but
we have a little mantra here, and that is, if you see it, you own it. You can no longer say that's somebody else's responsibility. It wasn't me. If you were there, it was just as though you did it if you didn't intervene and stop excessive use of force.
That is certainly a way to change the culture. And it also occurs to me that another way to change a culture is to change who you hire. I could imagine a whole new kind of protest where instead of surrounding police headquarters, you'd have hundreds of young people lining up at the police headquarters, armed with resumes, ready to actually apply to be cops. I see people in those crowds who feel deeply about their communities, who obviously believe in protecting the vulnerable, who seem to be learning how to get those looters under control, and who clearly have the stamina to be on their feet for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. You train a few hundred of them for your police department. How could the culture not change? Dave Ross on the CBS News Radio Network.
Why settle for average? With Capital One, you can open a new savings account with a rate 5 times the national average. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet? Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
Securities and advisory services offered through United Planners Financial Services, member FINRA SIPC. Fitucci & Associates and United Planners are not affiliated.
How's this wild ride on Wall Street affecting your retirement nest egg? If you're retired or nearing retirement, your concern is making sure your savings can last a lifetime. Are you ready to trade volatility for stability? Then you should find out about the strategies that can help provide you a lifetime of steady income. This is information you need now, and you can get it with a free one-on-one virtual meeting or a phone call with Pat Vitucci or one of his team from don'tinvestandforget.com. You don't have to wait for an office appointment. You can schedule a call with Pat from the comfort of your home and learn about the income strategies designed to help you enjoy a more financially secure retirement. It's free and there's no obligation. Just call 888-PLAN-WISE or go to don'tinvestandforget.com. That's 888-PLAN-WISE or go to don'tinvestandforget.com.
When you need to know. We're getting some pretty big problems at work this afternoon, like this big delay.
When it affects your drive, rely on your Northern California Honda Dealers Traffic Center.
On the traffic leader, KCBS.
Traffic? Did someone say traffic, Kim Vestal? I believe they did, and that means it's your turn to talk about not only traffic, but a brush fire in Concord.
We've actually been tracking activity regarding several brush fires. No surprise, pushing 100 degrees here in the Bay Area. Better news in Concord. If you saw the smoke in the Concord area, fire department says it has been contained to 5 acres in the vicinity of Laurel Drive and Ellard. But a dry, grassy area there. And we also have another brush fire in the vicinity of San Lorenzo with crews on the scene closer to Medford and Meekland. Smoke has been visible from 880 if you're on the freeway there south of 238, and do know that fire crews are on the scene there. We've had a couple of small brush fires in the San Jose area too. Nothing at this moment out of control. And traffic on our freeways is on the light side. I mentioned we do have a backup on the San Mateo Bridge. A car broke down in a very difficult location. The right lane is blocked and they can't move it out quickly for some reason. Eastbound 92 on the incline, so traffic is backed up into Foster City, and 92's backed up in the other direction, westbound. If I had the afternoon free, I might join you and head over to the coast where temperatures are a little bit cooler. But no accidents on 92, just crowding up because of the heat. Next update in 2:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And there would have to be room in the car for me, Kim, but right now we are indoors, where at least it's cool. We are seeing temperatures pushing 100 degrees inland. They will definitely top them in some Bay Area neighborhoods by the time the day is done, upper 90s. And then by the Bay, 70s to mid-80s, low 70s at the coast. Little bit cooler tomorrow, but it's still going to be in the low to mid-90s inland. Traffic and weather together on KCBS.
Hi, I'm Vanessa with PG&E. If you see a down power line, stay away from it and keep others away. Call 911. Let our first responders come out and handle it. Police and fire will respond as well as PG&E. To learn more, visit pge.com/safety.
This portion of the News Watch sponsored by PG&E.
T-Mobile and Sprint are joining forces to power your business. We're building a 5G network that will deliver unprecedented reach and reliability and the highest capacity in history. With more coverage and more bandwidth to keep your employees connected, you'll get the largest and most reliable network at an unbeatable price. T-Mobile for Business. Visit T-MobileForBusiness.com to learn more.
This is Chris, Jack, and Audrey Dolan of the Dolan Law Firm.
Hey,
everybody. Hey, Dad, what makes you think that you can say you're the best personal injury law firm?
Well, Audrey, the Dolan Law Firm has been designated as the best personal injury law firm in San Francisco by the Examiner and the Weekly, amongst the best personal injury law firms in the nation by U.S. News & World Report, and I was chosen as one of the top personal injury lawyers in all of California by the Daily Journal. I can say confidently, the Dolan Law Firm, we're the best lawyers we hope you'll never need. DolanLawFirm.com.
For San Francisco, the fight against COVID-19 takes all of us working together. It takes dedication from the healthcare workers of Zuckerberg San Francisco General Hospital. It takes commitment from the rest of us working to help flatten the curve. Most of all, it takes heart. And that's something that's never in short supply in San Francisco. Join us and show your solidarity by displaying the It Takes Heart icon in your window. You can find it at ittakesheartsf.com.
You don't have to put off your painting project any longer. Hi, it's Kevin Radich. I like hiring local, which is why I go with the guys at CertaPro Painters. They're independently owned and operated, and their work is immaculate. And now they're doing free remote estimates, so this is a great time to get on their schedule for your exterior or interior paint job. Go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Rest assured they're taking all precautions to keep you and the painting team safe. That's CertaPro Painters, proven and trusted experts in painting.
License number 837312.
Fremont Bank. If there's one thing we understand more than anybody, it's that it takes a local bank to really get the needs of local businesses. Fremont Bank has the flexibility and motivation to service your business loan needs like other banks can't or won't. With our full suite of business loan products and recognition as a top SBA lender in the Bay Area, Fremont Bank is the right choice for local and family-owned businesses. Fremont Bank. Learn more at fremontbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Mighty Mite Termite has been serving the Bay Area for over a decade, and they remain open, available, and ready to help protect you and your home against termites. Their technicians adhere to social distancing and safety guidelines. Visit MightyMiteTermite.com today.
KCBS News Time, 2:43.
Well, here's a positive read on pandemic-related reopenings. KCBS's Tim Ryan reports that San Mateo County libraries will soon reopen for curbside pickup.
Beginning Saturday, all 12 library branches from Pacifica to East Palo Alto will reopen for curbside pickup. County Library Board head Charles Stone explains, you go online, place a hold, arrange a delivery time and branch. When you show up, it'll be waiting for you, sanitized in a bag, curbside. But when can libraries physically reopen their doors again?
Very soon, I hope, because that's the real value libraries present in the 21st century, as a place to come, see your neighbors and friends, learn a new style of music from a concert, pick up a book, and just be sometimes.
Stone says during the months-long closure, a lot of library workers have been volunteering in their communities.
Didn't want any recognition, but just did a bunch of volunteer work that just made me remember how incredible they are.
San Mateo County offering just about 1 million items for checkout. Tim Ryan, KCBS.
Kevin the Rat in a minute.
You outlive your money. Will your savings or investments earn you enough to retire? If you're only getting 2 to 3% return on your money market CD or bond fund, chances are they won't. But now you can get a 10 to 12% return with no market risk. It's how smart investors have been earning double-digit returns for years. Call Reliant Capital, 800-788-1000. Reliant's clients know one of the best-kept investment secrets, and it's eligible for an IRA or 401k rollover. Call for your free brochure, 800-788-1000.
Did you get your assets kicked by the '08 recession? If so, the next one's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If you're fed up with getting only 2 to 3% return on your CD, money market, or bond fund, here's a way to earn 10 to 12% with no market risk of any kind. Call 800-788-1000, Reliant Capital. They'll explain how you can get the returns Warren Buffett's been earning for years, 10 to 12%. And it's eligible for an IRA or 401k rollover. Reliant Capital. Call 800-788-1000 for your free brochure.
KCBS